and solution, together a solution. Holding on to anything as long as it's your everything. But on the road for a masterpiece. Don't forget you have a handicap to help you release your very own inner potential. Essential credential. Press start.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Hold on. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another story time. Yay! It's been like a decade. It's been so flipping long since I've done one of these. And it's like, okay, here's the thing. I had to come up with stories. I had to, and not fake stories. These really did, in fact, happen to me. I had to come up with the ways to do more story times. Because originally I was going to go straight into what happened to me in the past. And then I was going to go into stuff that happened recently. And then I decided to do a mix of the two. So I'm doing a mix of the two. Occasionally I will talk about stuff that happened to me recently. But if I don't have anything that happened to me recently, I'm going to have to start talking about things that happened to me in the past. Alright, so we're going to get started with this story time. And, by the way, no joke, no scam. Please press the like button. Otherwise, no joke, no scam. You will never, ever, ever see another Nerf gun in your life ever again. Yeah, that's right. I talked to the company behind Nerf, and they agreed that if you don't press the like button, they will stop selling Nerf guns. So, you better press the like button, and without further ado, let's get into this. So, you're probably wondering, alright, what's the story time about? What happened to you? Well, I'm going to talk about yet another experience from this time from it was an experience from Camp Bright Star, and you're probably saying, dude, you already talked about Camp Bright Star before. The camp counselors were awful. There was this one kid that kept talking about Jurassic Park over and over again. Strawberry Kid was there. It was a mess. Yeah, I know. But there were a couple of more annoying kids in there. However, this is a story about how I literally dissed one of the counselors. Alright, so I was not in the right at all. I just want to make that very clear. Because sometimes in these story times, I am not in the right. And I admit, this was one of those times. So I was not in any sort of correct position here. However, it is something epic that I did. So the whole thing started with just me sitting in whatever classroom the camp had at that point. Like, I already talked about how I did not like Camp Bright Star at all. So I was a little bored. And out of the corner of my eye, I noticed something in the corner. And this wasn't my proudest moment, but here's something epic. Well, no. Epic if you're a dinosaur fan. So I saw, no, I was still little at this point. I was still in that phase to where I was like, I think that was right before the dino story on my main channel. But like, back then I was like super into that dinosaur toy videos thing. And no, not the cringeworthy ones. The actually pretty good ones that still hold up to this very day. Anyway, so while I was just kind of sort of listening. I wasn't really listening. I was like, you know what? This is stupid. This is dumb. I don't know why. Because well, to be honest, I still don't know why. I was like kind of sort of following along. I probably shouldn't have because it was pretty lame anyway. It was just about some stupid music thing that they were doing, some musical concert that they were doing. Anyway, so I'm listening to this, and out of the corner of my eye, I spot like something that was familiar to me, and I was like, wait a minute, that looks familiar. I've never seen that. Oh my gosh! And I literally recognized it, and I was so giddy at that point because it was like, wait a minute, what was that flipping dinosaur from like that dinosaur story thing by Hoops and Dino Man, for all those people who are my age and have grown up with that kind of content. It's not popular anymore, but like, either way, I'm turning the story lane. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, here we go. So I noticed it and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna reach over and see if I can maybe touch it for a while. And so the camp counselor yelled at me, and it was pretty dumb. Because literally all I did was reach over to touch it. I wasn't even going to grab it or anything. I wasn't even, like, and I was still paying attention. I was still like listening out of the corner of my ear. So, you know, this was stupid. All of a sudden she yelled at me, and I was like, bro, all I did was reach for something. I don't understand why you yell at me. And she's like getting all mad, and I was like, geez, someone doesn't have a life. And as soon as I say that, I'll like, she's like, gets mad, and I'm like, just like, oh, well, I'm definitely going to talk to the director about this. And I was like, okay, yeah, go ahead. I did not care. I did not care. I don't know. I guess I was a savage back then, but I must have been a savage back then. Anyway, so I see this and she gets mad. She calls him, and I'm like, and like the dude's flipping chill. So I'm just sitting there in awe, not knowing what the hell just happened, because it was like, bro, I thought I was gonna get like. So, where was I? Oh, yeah. So, like, no cap, I was a little bit annoyed. Like, it was just, like, not annoyed. It was just, like, annoyed. It wasn't, like, anything too serious. Oh, hey, little guy. Oh, by the way, at the end of the video, I want to know what you guys want me to do. I will definitely. It was loud, but anyway, that happened. It was a whole fiasco. But you know, it was harmless, I guess. Since nothing really interesting for that counselor, and I never saw her again. I don't know, maybe it was because she was too embarrassed to even show up. No, I'm kidding. I saw her again, but like, she was a little bit, you know, less dense. Like to say some. I'm still paying attention. Okay, so like, I mean, and I have people in my corner that could vouch for me. One of them, a few of you may know, he had commented on my main channel, which, if you heard the plugin that I literally just did, you would probably know who he is. But anyways, that's it. I think that's gonna do it for now. Let me know in the comment section if you had a similar experience, or if you guys agree with me that was pretty much the correct response to the situation, or if you disagree with me. I would love to hear anyone who would agree or disagree or have any sort of thoughts on what my response should have been. Like, if you think it should have been the way it was, or if you think it should have been a lot different. I feel like I'm going to do that from now on, because it's like, you know, it's fun telling these stories. Like, don't get me wrong, I loved doing the kid tried to fight me saga. I love doing all of that. However, it's also kind of fun to hear from you guys. Because you guys subscribe to my channel, you support my content, and you know, it would be nice if anyone would comment or leave a comment or give this video more recommendations so I could actually be noticed. YouTube. I'm just kidding. YouTube's never going to do that. Unless a few people in office... Hey, if a few of you are watching my channel in that office, let me know if you have a bit of a suggestion. Private message me. Alright, goodbye.